At 60, Shania Twain is finally speaking openly about the influences and truths that shaped her remarkable life, including a quiet but powerful admiration for Ricky Nelson that began in childhood. Her story starts far from fame. Born Eileen Regina Edwards on August 28, 1965 in Windsor, Ontario, she was raised in the small northern town of T, surrounded by harsh winters and even harsher realities. Poverty was a constant presence. There were days without enough food, clothes passed down until they wore thin, and a childhood shaped by survival rather than comfort. Yet, even in those difficult years, music became her escape and her strength. From a very young age, Eileen knew that singing gave her a sense of hope. She performed in local bars and clubs while still underage, not for applause, but to help keep her family afloat. Her home life was unstable and responsibility came early. When her parents were killed in a car accident while she was only 21, her life changed overnight. Instead of chasing fame, she became the legal guardian of her younger siblings. She set aside her dreams and took steady work singing at Deerhurst Resort in Ontario, choosing family over ambition. That chapter revealed her deepest strength: sacrifice. Her break finally came in the early 1990s when she signed with Mercury Records and adopted the stage name Shania, an Ojibwe word meaning on my way. Her first album did not make a huge impact, but it caught the attention of legendary producer Robert John Mutt Lange. Their professional connection grew through long phone conversations filled with music ideas, personal stories, and shared dreams. When they met in person at Fanfare in Nashville in June 1993, the bond was undeniable. They married on December 28, 1993, forming one of the most powerful creative partnerships in modern music. Together, they reshaped country music. The Woman in Me, 1995, introduced a bold mix of country, pop, and rock, producing hits like Any Man of Mine and Whose Bed Have Your Boots Been Under. Then came On Over in 1997, an album that changed music history. It became the best-selling studio album by a female artist in any genre. Songs like Man, I Feel Like a Woman, You're Still the One, and from this moment on made Shania a global icon and challenged long-standing ideas about what country music could be. Success, however, did not protect her from pain. Her marriage ended after Lange's affair with her close friend and assistant, Marie Ann Thibault, a betrayal that deeply wounded her. Around the same time, Shania was diagnosed with Lyme disease and dysphonia, which damaged her vocal cords and nearly took away her ability to sing. For years, she struggled physically and emotionally, questioning whether she would ever return to music. Once again, she rebuilt herself. Through therapy, patience, and determination, she regained her voice and her confidence. Her album, Now 2017, marked not just a comeback, but a victory over everything she had endured. Today, her Las Vegas residencies, documentaries, and new music celebrate both her past and her continued evolution. At this reflective stage of life, Shania has also opened up about Ricky Nelson, an influence she had never publicly discussed in depth. As a little girl in Timmins, she watched him on television, drawn to his smooth voice and calm confidence. His music gave her comfort during lonely, frightening times. As she matured, she came to admire how Nelson blended country, rock, and pop without fear, something she later did herself, often without realizing where that instinct began. At 60, Shania says honesty feels freeing. She admits that during her darkest moments, especially when illness threatened her voice, she returned to the music that first inspired her. Ricky Nelson's songs reminded her why she fell in love with music in the first place. She never met him and he passed away in 1985, but his influence lives on in her work. In finally sharing this truth, Shania Twain is not revealing scandal, but gratitude, acknowledging that one quiet voice from her childhood helped light a fire that would one day change music history forever.